So, trouble behind the scenes, potentially, when it comes to Marvel. They have delayed Avengers Doomsday and, was it Avengers Secret Wars? Not a small amount. 7 months they've delayed it by. Now, there's a wealth of possibilities as to why this has occurred. But that's a pretty big delay. That is effectively an entire shoot. Right? Like, you can shoot an entire movie in 7 months. Easily, in fact. Standard principal photography times like 12 weeks. So, yeah, double that. Double that. Something is afoot. So, we'll take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Do turn those bell notifications on. But yeah, let's dive right into it. So, this is the article that I spotted today. And it just says Marvel Studios has officially delayed Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars release dates. Again, it's not a small amount. They've really delayed it. So, release date delays rarely make for fun reading, but at the end of the multiverse saga nears, we now know that the 2-part finale is coming later than expected. So, Disney and Marvel Studios have announced that Avengers Doomsday has been moved from May 1st, 2026 to December 18th, 2026. So 7 months delay. That's a big delay. And Avengers Secret Wars will now open on December 17th, 2027, after it was originally scheduled for May 7th, 2027. Now, if you're looking at it objectively, May is the better release date, right? Like, it's the beginning of summer. It's a blockbuster time. You know, it's one of those things where, yeah, you could clean up the box office. December, sort of Christmas time, there's good reason for it going there, I guess, to a degree. You've got the holiday period. I'm guessing that's what they're hoping to, I guess, you know, eat into, right? The holiday period. But that's a big delay. It's not a small one. Obviously, you can count 7 months. That's a huge delay. And that's, yeah, that comes after we've heard rumours of behind the scenes stuff going on with this film. Not actually having a script finished, right, was one big thing. Which, that's kind of textbook Marvel. For those that don't believe that, She-Hulk, they were shooting that kind of on the fly, really. That's why the visual effects weren't done. Or they sort of rushed it because they really didn't have completed scripts that they were working from. Daredevil Born Again, that's a series that's kind of been reworked. I mean, Captain America Brave New World, that's been hacked to death. The other most egregious one was the one with those shape-shifting individuals. I can't remember what it was called. But that was another of the Skrulls. I literally can't even remember what that bloody series was called, but it wasn't very good. And that was something which they just kept shooting, again, on the fly. So the rumours and reports that they've not had completed scripts is not, I don't know, it's not outside the bounds of possibility, is it? Let's be honest. But yeah, 7 months is huge. That's a huge delay. Now, this article does note, while there's bound to be some disappointment surrounding this news, there were telltale signs that Avengers Doomsday might be delayed. The movie didn't start shooting until roughly a year before its release. And it always seemed strange for Disney to release an Avengers movie within a few weeks of Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu on May 22nd. Not really. Not really. These kind of... They don't necessarily have the same audience, but you're not necessarily even going to cannibalize your own audience either. You know, with respect to Avengers and The Mandalorian and Grogu, I don't necessarily think you would have cannibalized your box office performance there. I think if financial trends keep going and the sort of economic downfall of the West continues and people's pockets keep tightening, I think then it would have had an issue. I think then that probably would have presented a problem. But still not necessarily. And it says this here, ultimately this feels like the right move on Disney's part. This gives both movies more time to shoot, increases the odds of more actors being able to appear, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, for example, and vastly extends that all-important post-production time. Marvel's never had good post-production. Well, I mean, they have. Like, Iron Man looks good still to this day. It says this has also been confirmed that an untitled Marvel movie has been removed from February 13th, 2026, whilst November 6th, 2026 and November 5th, 2027, which were previously bookmarked for MCU titles, have been amended to untitled Disney films. So they're just kind of, their whole slate's just going all over the place. I will say it's actually really important to note, right, is that, I mean, as it says here, previous Avengers movies have found big success in May. Yeah, because it's summer. They're going to find big success in May. But one thing that's really important, and we don't actually know what's going on here, right, is the overseas tariffs on the Hollywood industry that Trump imposed. That could be a huge part of this. I mean, we literally have no idea because they're not confirming anything. We don't know. But there's a few things to sort of take a look at here. Is that they may have delayed it because if those tariffs are taken into effect, then maybe they're trying to delay and I guess like filibuster time to then potentially, you know, have those tariffs washed over by that point, just hand waved away. There's that. But the other element of it is that they've booked out Pinewood Studios for stuff like this. And that's a huge cost. It's a huge cost to Disney. And delaying it when they've started production already is very strange from a financing perspective. Lots of financiers put money into these films and they actually start to accrue interest. Just like a loan, basically. It's similar to a loan. So I don't know whether... I can't see how this would make financial sense, personally. I just can't. Because if their financiers and backers are loaning them money for this, which they would be, that's going to be an issue because they're going to accrue interest. If it's a tariff perspective, the amount of money you spend overseas will still go up because the production budget's going up. Therefore, even more money on the eventual import of the film. So it doesn't, to me, it doesn't actually make any sense aside from they started shooting without a script. From a financing perspective, I can't see the logic behind doing it. There's no avenue in my head where it makes fiscal sense. It's not fiscally responsible to do this. Again, aside from a creative perspective where they may have begun, you know, shooting without everything completed. So I don't know. I would say to you guys, though, what do you think? Let me know down below. I'm hoping that this is Marvel moving along the right path and they're doing this for creative reasons so they can course correct the complete shit show that they have become. But what do you think? Let me know down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.